Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the new chapter. So, no matter who you are or what you do, we all face a similar challenge. There's so much to do and so little time. And as our lives become busier, it's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of trying to do everything. But by the end of the day, we end up accomplishing nothing. Unfortunately, most people still try to squeeze every minute out of the day and hustle themselves to death. And this typically leads to depression and physical and mental stress. And ironically, it can be extremely unproductive. So there has to be a better way, right? So fortunately, I have created a proven methodologies that will show you how to have crystal clarity on your most important and ambitious goals and accomplish them without working yourself to death. And it's called productivity machine. As long as you use a proven productivity machine methodology, which I will show you how to use it step by step, you will be able to find the time to accomplish anything you set in your mind to. This chapter will help you to understand everything you need to know to develop your productivity and time management skills and become more productive in your professional and personal life. So we will start with managing your energy. So once again, welcome to the session where we are going to talk about how you can manage your energy. Managing your energy is going to be extremely important when it comes to your productivity because each individual is going to have a finite amount of energy per day. And if you know that your energy is limited, you want to make sure that you are spending it on the most important priorities so they kick things off. Let's go ahead and dive into the story. Now, back when I was at my UBS college, obviously we had midterms and finals, and we had projects, and all these things that we have to spend a lot of hours studying and working for. So, at my business school, I remember I would have a group of friends who would always study together, and we would go to the place called library because a lot of us would go there after class at late night, and this place was open like 24 into 7. So you would find people here like from 11 a.m. at 2 a.m. also, just like studying or working or whatever it is. This is where we come, to be honest, we do chill there and do nothing. And it was almost like a party where people would bring their snacks and candies. Some of them came with blankets and pillows, and they would just all go to this area and just work throughout the night after class. So what exactly वो सुबह या इवनिंग में 8 बजे से और रात के 2 बजे तक वहाँ पर बैठे रहते थे. But the reality was they really didn't just get much done. And after I did this couple of times, I realized that this was ridiculous because these guys who are doing this like every other day are not getting any result. They are just wasting their time at the library. And I didn't. I had no intentions of living at the library during my college days. So instead of going to the library late at night with my friends, what I did is I decided to just recharge my batteries. And what I mean by this was instead of going to a library, what I would do is I would just go home and sleep early and set an alarm for early morning. Everybody needs to sleep regardless. So I knew that if I got in a good amount of sleep during the night, I could wake up early in the morning and get work done. And when I woke up, I would be recharged and freshed, and I wouldn't have been tired from class. I would be studying or doing that project first thing in the morning before class, and I would be at my 100%. and that was just incredibly more productive than trying to just do everything lit at night from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., like eating candy and snacks and just talking and gossiping with friends, and which ended up just being a distraction. So I never went back to doing that at library, and I just did this process where I would just go to sleep, wake up in the morning, study on my own, and just get that thing done quick. Here's the lesson that I learned from it. It's all about managing your energy. Like I said before in the beginning of this lesson, we all have a finite amount of energy throughout the day, and we use it throughout the day. And you want to think of your personal energy similar to a battery. The more you use it throughout the day, the more it reduces. So if you go to class or you go to work and you are using a majority of your energy during the day, whenever you are finished at night, you are going to have a lot less energy than you did at the beginning of the day. So that's why it's very important, and this is my recommendation to you guys, is you want to focus on the most difficult task first, because that's the thing that's going to take the most energy, and that's the thing that's going to require the most energy for you to get it done. If you wait for the last minute after you use all your energy on the things that don't really matter, then it's going to be incredibly difficult to get that thing done. It's going to take a lot of hours when it could be done in a short amount of time. How did you just manage your energy better and focus on that difficult thing first? And so like I said before, it's 4 hours per day on your main priority, and you want to make sure that the most important thing is the beginning of the day. So I have been using this strategy since I was in college, where studying for my midterm or final was going to be the most impactful in terms of getting a good grade in the class. So rather than trying to study and cram everything late at night, and I literally never did any, because I didn't feel like I needed to do, because if I just went home, got some good sleep, woke up early in the morning, maybe 3 a.m. or something like that, and be fresh and recharged, and I would just get all the work done I needed before. So as you plan your day, as you manage your time and you manage your energy, you just want to think to yourself, don't fall victim to another person's schedule. किसी भी दूसरे person का schedule कभी follow नहीं करें, because your time is yours, literally your energy is yours. It's you how you manage it. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next lesson. So in this section or in this lesson, we are going to talk about danger of saying yes. So we are going to go into another productivity pitfall, and this one is going to be called the dangers of saying yes. हाँ बोलने के नुकसान. Because a lot of times when you say yes, हम उसमें बहुत टाइम वेस्ट कर देते हैं लोगों का काम करने में, उनकी हेल्प करने में. So in this section we are going to define the dangers of saying yes and what you can do to get yourself out of those sticky situations. So let's begin with a story. One day I was sitting on my desk just working hard on my one priority, and then I get a text from somebody from Kolkata. Bengali, it's their first language, and English as a second language. So they are trying to improve their English, and they texted me and they said, "Hey Mohit, can you help me with my English homework?" And then this person sent me a screenshot of his English homework, and he wanted me to help him out and explain exactly how to do it. So I am thinking to myself, well, he is a nice guy, maybe I should help him. But then I realized that I have a dream and I am trying to make it a reality. So this engagement is kind of an inconvenience, because here I am working on my one priority, trying to make my dream real, and this guy is asking me to help him with his English homework, which has nothing to do with my dream. So obviously I am in a sticky situation where I don't want to say no to the guy because he's been so nice to me, but at the same time I just don't have time to help him with his English homework. He should find somebody else to do that. What I like to do is I like to do something called the celebrity test. And I ask myself, well, if you are Tiger Shroff, what would you do and why? Think again. अगर आप टाइगर श्रॉफ होते तो आप क्या करते? टाइगर श्रॉफ के डिसीजंस और टाइगर श्रॉफ की फिल्म्स मिलियंस ऑफ लोगों को इम्पैक्ट करती है. टाइगर श्रॉफ के खुद के इतने बड़े बड़े ड्रीम्स हैं. सो क्या वो अपना टाइम इन छोटी चीज़ों में देता? तो वैसे ही वी शुड थिंक लाइक वी ऑल्सो हैव अ very big dream. We also want to impact life of millions of people. Now when you compare that to helping an person with their English homework, that is not going to be a priority, because your first priority is your own dreams, right? English homework seems so small when it compares to actually doing something that impacts millions of people around the world. And this is why it's so important to say no. So I was wondering, क्या ये पर्सन कभी टाइगर श्रॉफ से अपने इंग्लिश होमवर्क की हेल्प मांगता? नो, नॉट इन अ मिलियन ईयर्स दिस पर्सन वुड आस्क टाइगर श्रॉफ फॉर हिज इंग्लिश होमवर्क. सो व्हाई शी और ही इज आस्किंग यू फॉर द हेल्प, राइट? सो यू हैव टू वैल्यू योर ओन टाइम. You have to respect your own time. With that said, if you value your own time, and your time is energy and is one of those things that you have to protect at all cost. So if you think like this, saying no will become very easy. So the key learnings which are there in these videos are, the number one is always prioritize your own work. हमेशा खुद के काम को प्रायोरिटी दें. ऑलवेज यूज़ योर एनर्जी वेरी इफ़ेक्टिवली. अपनी एनर्जी को अकॉर्डिंगली इस्तेमाल करें. जो सबसे पहले जो मोस्ट डिफ़िकल्ट टास्क है सबसे पहले वो करें. एंड द लास्ट थिंग इज़ यू शुड लर्न हाउ टू से नो. फॉर दिस वी हैव यूज दिस स्ट्रेटजी लाइक थिंक लाइक अ सेलिब्रिटी और थिंक लाइक अ वेरी बिग पर्सन. ओके, सो विद दैट सेड, goodbye.